and an intuitive healer. I don't think you have to be one or the other. There are many pieces and parts of me that as an individual I honor and I respect, as all those pieces and parts of me serve some purpose for my higher good. Now, I don't think that you have to pick a side, and I really wanted to clear this up because there's a lot of perceptions that if you call yourself a witch, you're more involved in, like, the dark, shadowy side of things, right? Which definitely, like, working on our shadows is a big part of our soul growth healing journey. That's a big part of it. But am I 24/7 diving into shadows, dark topics, summoning spirits, and doing all these things? No, I'm not. I also really love working in the light. So, just to say, you don't have to pick one or the other. I am a witch and a light worker, and I honor both of those identities within myself, and they both intertwine in my soul mission, in my soul purpose for being in this world. There's many pieces and parts of ourselves that we call forth at different times in our lives, and we do not have to always let go of the pieces and parts that we still feel we identify with, even though we moved forward in a new direction or a new way. So with me coming and rebranding this podcast and my business as Modern Witch Mama, it doesn't mean that I'm letting go of the people that followed my old content, although they are completely free to let go of me if they feel like my content no longer serves their highest good and purpose, right? But I know that the people that stick around are being energetically attracted here for a reason. And even if you might not know what that reason is initially, it's a journey. You'll find out what that reason is eventually, right? And new layers will uncover in you, and you'll start discovering different pieces and parts of yourself that may have been hidden in the past, or may have been hiding underneath the surface because you were too afraid to let them out for what people would think of you, for what friends and family or coworkers or others for judging you, right? Because I know that was me for a very, very long time. I was consistently afraid of what others would think of me, if they would judge me for coming out and speaking my entire truth about my identity and who I really was on a soul level. It's one of the things that often in a healing journey you go through and you uncover more and more layers of these societal expectations and these societal sort of beliefs that you were never your beliefs or expectations to begin with, but you took them on as your own because it was all you ever knew. So what is all of that trying to amount to here? What am I trying to say? There are many, many, many self-expressions of ourselves that we can identify with at any given time. Many, many self-expressions that we can identify with at any given time. And it's not right or wrong to flip back and forth. It's not evil or right, evil or good to pick one over the other at certain times. There's going to be certain times where you're just in a lower mood, and maybe you have to figure out why without correcting it right away. Maybe you have to figure out why you're in that lower mood without jumping right to love and light, without jumping right to, I have to fix this right away. Because when we actually take the time to examine what it is that is causing that, what is the underlying cause behind why we're feeling this way, when we take that time to do that deep exploratory work, that is when the deep changes and energetic shifts start occurring. So this is not to say that you just have to erase all your dark moods and jump right over to the light. That's not what this is at all. It's just about honoring where you are in the moment to know how to respond and how to move forward in a way that honors your current soul path, your current soul journey, that honors where you are in your life right now, and that honors how you can best move forward and grow from this, right? Because I pretty much think, at least I hope, everyone listening to this podcast has a growth mindset over a fixed mindset. A growth mindset is when you are open to grow as a person, as a soul on this earth. You are open to grow and take in all the lessons that you need to take in order to progress on your individual journey, right? And if you have a fixed mindset, on the other hand, fixed mindset is when you are unwilling. You are unwilling to grow. You are okay staying where you're at. You're okay staying in the status quo. You don't want to grow. You don't want to learn. You don't want to progress. And I don't think anybody who would listen to this podcast would be in that category. I could be wrong, but I don't think they would be. So thinking about this growth mindset, this is really our goal, right? We want to get to that growth mindset so that when things do trip us up, so that when we do feel judged for being who we are, or we feel alienated for the types of things that we are interested in, or we feel left out, or we feel not good enough, anytime we have any of those feelings, we can come back to honoring all pieces and parts of ourselves, loving all the pieces and parts of ourselves. I love the witchy part of myself. I love the intuitive healer part of myself. I love the mom part of myself. I love the wife part of myself. I love the friend part of myself. I love the light worker part of myself. I even love myself when I'm in a bad mood, because I know that I will get out of that bad mood eventually, but also the bad mood has something to teach me about myself. So I started this episode around honoring all the pieces and parts of yourself and it being okay for you to dabble in different areas. Now, I want to invite you to take out your journal and make a list of all the different pieces and parts of you that you would like to honor in this moment. all the different pieces and parts of you that make you who you uniquely are as a soul, that lets your soul shine in the world, write them down, honor them, and send them unconditional love. Even the dark parts, even the parts you might call ugly, even the parts you might not feel comfortable sharing in a public space with anyone, it's okay. You don't have to share it with anyone. Just writing it down in your journal privately to yourself releases this energy out into the world and sends that love to all the pieces and parts of you that need love and support. Because it is only when we can honor all those pieces and parts of ourselves and send ourselves unconditional, universal love and support from the highest benevolent forces. It is only then when we can start moving forward in our soul-aligned path, because we are giving ourselves that self-compassion. It's okay to be human. Sometimes it hurts to be human. Sometimes it really, really, really hurts to be human, doesn't it? But let's send love to all those pieces and parts of ourselves, those beautiful pieces and parts that no matter what they are, no matter how they show up in you, you honor them no matter what. You honor them and you love them. I love that I get to do witchy things and to make spells and do rituals and work around the energies of the full and new moons. And I also love that I get to send love and light out into the world as a light worker, and that I get to guide souls towards their soulful journey so they can rediscover what it is their soul was meant to do on this earth. I love all those parts of myself. I incorporate all those parts of myself in my public spaces, in my podcast, in my YouTube channel, in my business. I didn't always do that because I had to heal those wounds, right? I had to heal those wounds that told me I was not safe to speak my truth about all sides of myself. I could not bare my soul because I was literally not safe. I didn't feel safe enough to do so. So that is something that you actually need help with, feeling safe enough to step into your full self-expression in this life and uncover more of those pieces and parts of yourself that may have been laying dormant because you have this underlying fear that people just won't understand or they just won't get it. Please, please, please reach out to me. I specifically help moms with these types of things. We can do an energy clearing session, Holy Fire Reiki session to really zap those beliefs and to get you feeling more confident and more ready to step into your true authentic path in this lifetime. So check out the links in the show notes. They will take you to my session bookings. Or if you would just like to have a general chat before booking a session, I also offer those on my website. Just sign up for the free 15-minute intuitive connection call. So that is all I had for today. A little channeled message for you guys as I sound so nasally. I'm recovering from some sinus issues. So that is why my voice is a little raw right now. But I love you guys so much. Just remember that you are the shining light in the world. The world needs you. The world needs your gifts. The world needs everything you have to offer. And I am here for you always. If you need anything, send me a DM on Instagram, send me an email, and I always reply to every single one. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will talk to you next week.
Hi everyone, I wanted to let you know about a very special offer I have going right now for the month of November. So for the month of November, I'm offering my one-to-one Akashic Records sessions. So for 60 minutes, they are $97. And for 30 minutes, they are $55. So what can you expect in these sessions? So far, clients have been completely sort of blown away by what information they're getting in these sessions. They have received a lot of soul level answers for questions that they have brought into the sessions. And if you're not familiar with how the Akashic Records work, the Akashic Records are essentially like the universal library of everything everywhere. So this is everything that has ever existed or taken place in human lifetimes, but also the record of all universal events, thoughts, words, emotions, and intent ever to have occurred in the past, present, or future. The Akashic Records are kind of like your life guide, what your soul is here for, and how you can bring action and clarity to your human life. So I find it as a very powerful way to dive deeper into specific questions that you may have, that you want to dig into. And these sessions, I also hold the space for you, just like my one-to-one intuitive coaching clients. Some realizations that have come through in recent readings. So clients have discovered what their next aligned step is in their career or business. They have discovered past life influences on current life situations and how they can sort of transmute or heal that energy. Pointed out areas in their lives to heal, to transmute, or transform. What to actually focus on in their business, such as what direction to go, pivots, or creative ideas they're exploring. Even messaging and copy for your business can be a topic to dive into in the Akashic Records. What their soul path is calling them towards. What do they need to clear in order to get closer to their goal? That is stagnant energy, generational trauma, or things you're holding on to from the past. Also, spiritual gifts and how to develop them. Confirmation from spirit guides on certain paths and decisions. Life purpose themes, lessons, other topics related to what is my purpose for being here in this lifetime, right? Because that is a question a lot of us always have. And shadows to call attention to. So by shadow, I really mean areas that we may have been repressing or holding in our subconscious minds, and they really want to be shed, to shine a light on, to bring forth to the surface so we can move forward and heal, right? So if you are feeling called to book one of these sessions, I'm going to leave the link in the show notes. And remember, this special pricing is for the entire month of November. And all you have to do is go to the link and then enter the coupon code GRATITUDE, and you will get that special pricing. Book your session. The session only needs to be booked in the month of November, but you can actually, it needs to be booked and paid for in the month of November, but it can be scheduled in December. So if your intuition is calling you towards that, I invite you to go take a look at that further information in the show notes. And I will see all of you right back here next week. Thank you so much for following along.